What is up, homies? Christian back at again on our Twin Sons action figure close-up, and today I have with us the Hasbro 6-inch Black Series Garazeb Orrelios, but we all just know him as Zeb. And this is a deluxe figure, so he is a little bit more, but he's also the first figure we have in the studio with the new Black Series packaging. So today we're actually going to look a bit more at the packaging than usual today, because something new, something fancy. So, on the front, we have this window that we can see Zeb in all of his glory. He has this purple accents to him. It says Star Wars Rebels right here. We got the name down here. The side is actually like angled. It's not flat box like all the other ones. And we no longer have Gregory Titus as our artist. So, you know, it's kind of sad to see the end of an era, but it's nice to see someone new coming in, doing some artwork for us. But I will say that the Gregory Titus artwork is iconic. So we can see we got some color on here. We got that purple in coming through. The back of the box is flat. The angle sort of just comes out right there. And we have the little bio as usual. Meet the muscle of the Ghost team. Garazeb Orrelios was a cunning Lasat honor guard who was adopted by the cause of the rebellion against the Empire. The same artwork as we got on the side. He is number 1 in this new deluxe lineup. The top, we have this window that lets light in. The bottom, legalese. We got that GameStop barcode. Guess where I got him at. And we have legalese down here. The side, no more will we get Zeb or the name of whoever it is enlarged. We just get some of that side window. So, as you can see, the new packaging, it's pretty nice. I'm a fan, I would say. But we don't buy them for the packaging, do we? Let's look at the plastic inside. All right, we have released Zeb from his plastic prison. And as we can see here, he is definitely a hefty boy. So, he was the last member of the Rebels crew to finally come out in the Black Series. It's been multiple years since the last one, so we're all very happy to see him. Overall, right off the bat, chonky, as I said before. We've definitely had no figure like him before, because this is the only one of his race that we know of so far. Or, to be honest, I think there was one in Fallen Order, but I never played that game. So let me know in the comments down below if there is one in Fallen Order, if that's just my memory serving me wrong. So let's take a look at him. The head, very well done. And if you don't know how they do this, the Rebels ones, they are a cartoon obviously, but they made them stylized. Hasbro made them stylized to be almost like in the real world. So that's why they don't look exactly like how they do in Rebels, but it'll fit better on your Black Series shelf with all the other movie characters and stuff, because they try to make them look more real world. So, the head, we have that photoreal technology, and some of the best photoreal. Like, I know there's no actor to go based off of, so it's a lot easier to not say, like, oh, he doesn't look like so-and-so and such and such. Like, say Anakin looks like Hayden Christensen, but, you know, people could be like, oh, that doesn't look like Hayden Christensen, because they have the actual actor baseline off of. So, it looks amazing. A lot of detail in the head. They actually sculpted in the wrinkles on the side here. Sculpted in his nose, obviously, but the nose, like they actually sculpted in his nostrils. When I say they sculpted in his nose, they got wrinkles on the side of his eye and stuff. And the photoreal is just really well done. The eyes look great, even on camera. Looks good in his beard. Got a nice wash on his beard. Looks like it was painted gray, and they just did almost the same purple that the lighter skin tone purple is, but over, like a wash or dry brush over the beard. His torso, you know, it's just looking good. He's got his, I don't know what it's supposed to be honest, paint on his shoulder, but they got that. They put a few dents sculpted in. You can see the light catching it on the camera and stuff. Got a few sculpts few dents sculpted in there. I'm sorry, guys. But looks really good. I like when they do battle damage like that. It's all over the front. No paint app on it, like the one clone trooper we saw a few weeks ago where they actually painted in some silver and stuff. But, you know, it still looks really good. We got, I honestly don't know what this is. It's supposed to be a shark or something, but they painted that on the back. They actually gave us some dents on the back as well. His armor looks very good. They sculpted his shoulder pauldrons where it actually raises out and stuff. The paint app is just very well done on him overall though. I mean, you can see on his arms the purple stripes and stuff. Very clean. Looks very good. They actually got that gradient. Looks well done. So, moving down his legs. His legs, you know, honestly, there's just not a lot of sculpting to this figure in general. He just wears sort of a jumpsuit. It's got little armor pads on it. So it's nothing too much that they have to do, nothing too detailed. But they got those T's that are on the sides. So, the paint work on his legs is still very well done. That gradient down in his feet looks very well done. His claws almost look like a similar color to this, but just a little bit brighter. Like a green, almost like that, but not exactly. The feet look very well done. A lot of articulation going on here, but we'll go over that in a second. He got his little chest box too. Nothing really so much on the back of the feet. You know, obviously he's got these shin wraps from the armor on the front. Looks good. But overall, the sculpt work and painting on this figure, very well done. Looks good. We got two divots there that I'll go over in a bit. But really just blends that Rebels cartoony feel, but real life together, you know, it looks good. I think this might be one of the best ones they've done for blending that, because while the new photoreels look good, the old Kanan stuff, there was something in the face that just couldn't quite get it, but they took their time on Zeb, and it really shows. It's very well done. Let's get into his articulation. His head, a little bit of down. Pretty much no up. That's negligible. Really just sort of just do the bro nod, you know? So barely any up. Swivel left, swivel right. This is on the new Hasbro hinge, the dumbbell system. So he's got a lot of tilt, which is awesome. He can just look at you like you're, like, what are you doing? You know, just in that Zeb voice, you can just see that he's questioning whatever Chopper or Ezra is doing, you know? So a lot of good head articulation there. The shoulder gets up. It wants to stop right here, but as you can see, it's not too bad, it just goes up. But I would be careful of that over time, because it looks like it hits right there, you can see. So just be careful of the paint rub over time on that. We got a elbow swivel. Elbow, single hinge, but you can see it's a very large hinge. So it goes up to past 90 on a single elbow. Hasbro's been doing this recently, and it's amazing, because the single elbow definitely looks a lot better than a double elbow. But to get the articulation of a double elbow, I'm sorry, I cannot talk today apparently. Double elbow off of it is really impressive. Really like to see that. For his wrist, he has the swivel, and he's got up and down on his right hand, which is really nice to see. Moving on to the left side, you have pretty much all the same articulation. You can go up. I know some of you might notice I didn't do the all around, but I figured by now we just realized that all Hasbro figures can do that. And so he's got the same single elbow. This one comes up to just about 90. I feel like, well, I guess I'm just bad at angles, because this one actually is 90, not a little bit above 90. But as you guys know by now, I'm bad at geometry. So, on this side, we have his wrist going side to side instead of up and down, which is what we're used to by now. Usually in Hasbro, they give us the up and down hinge on the right hand and the side to side on the left. Something I honestly kind of missed earlier, because I was just going through it too quick, I guess, is the Sculpt and Paint app here. They've got actually the silver disc with 2 yellow lines on his actual like wrist guard. So that looks nice. But torso, swivel left, swivel right, does gap. So if you try to do swivel up, hinge it down while swiveling, it does gap, but if you keep his back straight, it's not so bad. Get his arms out of the way here. You know, obviously no human would go this far. Not that he's a human, but humanoid, I should say. So a gap's kind of bad there, but no one's gonna be doing that anyway. So it doesn't really matter too much. And then for his tilt, hinge back is a lot better than the hinge forward. Barely gets any forward, like slightly negligible amount, as you guys can see. 5 degrees. Back a little bit more with less gap as well. Let's take a look at his hips. His hips come out, I don't know, what is that? 60 degrees? 50 degrees, maybe. So goes out the side, comes up pretty good amount, comes back a little bit, not too much though. And it also wants to tilt out when you turn the back. Something to keep in mind. He does have a thigh swivel. But the problem with a character like Zeb is that he's two-toned. So there's a very obvious line where the thigh is supposed to be. It's not like soft goods, which would naturally start to contort that way. So, I mean, it doesn't look too bad if you angle it right, but overall the thighs do swivel, but you have to keep it in place to look good from the front side. He's got the old Hasbro double jointed knees with the pins. Kind of sad to see, because with these new figures, they don't have any pins or anything. It's really nice. But does not want to go. There we go. He got that booty kicking action. Again though, that old Hasbro double jointed knee, which can be a little unseemly, especially when they don't paint the hinge like they did here. So you just see that purple out of nowhere. Does not look good. I wish Hasbro, when they did double hinge knees, would paint the hinges to match what they're actually supposed to be. And then this is where we get some fancy footwork going on. He has 2 ankle joints, because he's got these weird, almost ostrich feet, as we know. So he's got one ankle that goes up a little bit back, but it gets a lot of forward on it. It's a very harsh joint though. It's got set lock in places, it feels like. So I don't remember ever really seeing him with it that far forward, but it's there. And then we have, I know it does not look like it, but we do have a standard swivel rocking anchor. Gets back. See, when you want to get it forward, you have to hold it right here to actually get it forward again. There we go. But we got that swivel rocker ankle, as we're used to. So let's go over his articulation. And I will say, just right now as I'm putting him down, he stands a lot easier than you would think. Like just like that, I got him. So at first when I saw those ankles with those knees, with the second set of ankles, I was like, this guy is not gonna stand easily. I mean, obviously with any figure, if you play with him too much, they come down, but he stands pretty well. Now, as far as accessories go with him, he does come with his staff. And you see it's got some effects on the end of it. So let's take a look on this. The sculpt work on this, very well done. The cloth looks really good. You can see the textures in the cloth of where it lays, it folds. My camera will cooperate. There we go. So you can see there. Come on, there we go. You can see there. Would have liked to have seen a wash on it, but can't complain too much because as you can see, the metal has a dry brush effect to it. They just splattered some paint on it. It's got that reflective sheen on it. Splattered some paint over here, over here, on the bottom. Looks very well done. And it does flip out. For those of you that are wondering, it does fully extend and everything. So it is collapsible. The handles do swinge. I cannot talk today, guys. I apologize. Have that swivel with the hinge. Let's take a look at these effects. Some, I don't even want to call it lightning, energy. I know lightning is energy, but purple energy lightning effect, which they do come off. So if you just want to have it bare, it does not look bad without them. I kind of like them though. I just learned right now that these actually collapse as well. That's really nice that they actually have all the effects. Did not realize that when I was messing with them earlier. But these look very nice. I'm gonna definitely keep these on. You know, lightning energy effects like this are kind of hard to get, but Hasbro made them look good on this figure. Now, as I pointed out those divots on his back earlier, as you can see, he's got the other part here. So let's get him to stand up. Try to measure this out. You do have to collapse it almost all the way, it looks like. And just for video purposes, I'm going to leave the energy effects on right now because I'm going to display them with them on. I don't know if I take them off right now, but it does go in there. All right, I'll take them off so I can get a good look. That looks great. That looks really good. Collapse that in. You know, I think I'm honestly gonna display them like this, holding it, rather than holding it like this. And let's see how it fits. So. He holds it decently, like that. He holds it pretty well, like this. This definitely fits in the right hand better like this, while the smaller handles fit in his left hand better. So he can carry it decently enough like that. Now, he is Zeb, and Zeb likes to beat up stormtroopers. So, bear with me here. I was actually able to dig up a stormtrooper to do a size comparison to, and he definitely gets that nice Zeb height over a normal stormtrooper, and just sort of that Zeb size over a normal stormtrooper. Stormtrooper, I can just tell, would be quivering right now looking at him. So it's nice that they got his size pretty well done. I have a Death Trooper out here with him too. So he does get decent size on all these figures. You can see why they would call him a deluxe figure. He is quite large. And I personally cannot find the rest of the Rebels crew right now, to be honest. But that was a pretty good size comparison right there. Overall, I would say that this is definitely a must-have figure, especially if you like Rebels. He is the last member, so we can finally complete the Ghost crew. looks very good. He blends in with that Rebels real world look that Hasbro's been striving for the Hasbro Rebels series. Does it very well. So let me know if you've been able to find him, because I feel like it's been a kind of hard to find figure. And until next time, may the Force be with you.